What's going on, Japsters? This is your boy SYNTELL with the Intel. Venom sneak peek has fans hoisting their thumbs up about what they saw and, more importantly, what they saw in the credits. Before we get started, make sure you hit that subscription button, click the bell icon for up-to-date news breaks, and give us a well-placed thumbs up. Let's get started. The money doesn't lie. And after Venom's first movie grossed well over $800 million worldwide, Let There Be Carnage is looking to step right in and keep the party going. Sony wouldn't allow a series of delays to shelve their movies any longer, especially after the success of Shang-Chi. With a hardline premiere date of October 1st, Tom Hardy's Venom is set to launch, but this time with another symbiote hurdle to overcome, Woody Harrelson's Carnage. We also can't forget the absolute madness that is ensuing from the No Way Home wave that everybody's riding. With so much hubbub making the rounds, fans were almost immediately drawn to the elephant in the room. When is Venom going to finally clash with our beloved web slinger Spider-Man? Even Tom Hardy jumped in on the hype train and enthusiastically responded he would do anything to make it happen. Then a bit of a bombshell dropped. The director of There Will Be Carnage, Andy Serkis, assured all the fans that their prayers would be answered. Of course it's gonna happen at some point in the future, but we still didn't know when or how it would come to pass. Now social media has been abuzz with reactions to the sneak peek that a few lucky fans were able to see. The reactions? Well, let's just say I'm even more excited. The largest part of the buzz is coming from the response of the post-credits scene. Many Twitter users have described the atmosphere in theaters as almost explosive and that future audiences would need to stick around. As for me, I'm looking forward to hearing about the story. Did it deliver? Well, check out some of these Twitter responses. @GETnews called the film's frantic pacing its biggest strength. He says, "The biggest strength of Venom Let There Be Carnage is its frantic pacing and exhilarating action, matching the kinetic energy Tom Hardy has with himself. Woody Harrelson is relishing his carnage and is perfect for the role." Twitter user @NeilVag echoed the same sentiment in saying that Venom's sequel wastes no time in getting down to business, while also hinting at a potential romance between Eddie Brock and his symbiotic companion. #Venom Let There Be Carnage is a frenzied mix of a buddy movie, romance between Venom and Eddie, and horror. It wastes no time in getting down to business and not relenting. Hardy is on fire and Harrelson is Carnage. Do not miss the credits. Twitter user @BartonJ2410 gave the spotlight to Woody Harrelson's portrayal as Carnage, mentioning that the actor delivers as Cletus Cassidy. #Venom Let There Be Carnage is the most batshit insane film of the year and a marked improvement of the first film. Sorry, that caught me off guard. It absolutely flies by, and Woody Harrelson delivers as Cletus Cassidy, a villain I've been waiting to see in live action for ages. Stay for the end credits. Twitter user Black Nezzy thought the film was better in parts in comparison to the original and specifically teased the presence of a scene that would surprise audiences in a good way. Given the continued mention of the end credit scene among the reactions, it's likely that this is the sequence in question. So, no review allowed till September 30th, but Venom Let There Be Carnage was a fun movie that's better in parts to the original. Carnage and Woody Harrelson steal the show and I just love them. The action was pretty entertaining, but there is one scene that'll make us go scream emoji in a good way. Audience went crazy for the tag scene, according to Marvel fan @TonyCurse. Venom Let There Be Carnage was amazing. The action scenes are top notch. Tom Hardy and Woody did amazing as Venom and Carnage as expected. Warning, stay until the very end. Audience went crazy. But that's not all that was mentioned. The exhilarating runtime is around 90 minutes. That's a beautiful sweet spot for great action and a manageable runtime that doesn't have you looking at your watch. Viewers also referenced the relationship between Eddie and Venom and the depths of understanding that these two characters develop with one another. In a time and age where love isn't defined by the body you were ever given or acquired as a form of parasitic luck, it could be an interesting space to test the level of that relationship. In the original Venom film, the symbiote did take advantage of a singular moment when it was controlled by Michelle Williams. Free of Eddie, it slipped him a nice peck on the lips. Mwah. I wouldn't exactly call it a peck, but Venom didn't hold anything back either. All that was missing was a nice pat on the ass when he was done. Who's to say this isn't a one-time thing? The overall response has been more than positive. All that really matters is, are you entertained? It appears that the sequel will be a fun time at the very least. The one thing that seems unanimous with all the reactions is everyone is urging you to stay for the end credits. What could be causing such a fuss? Well, there's plenty of theories to go around, including a video on this channel that goes over a couple of the possibilities. I'd love to hear your thoughts on that too, by the way. But some of the obvious post-credit reveals could include Morbius, who was scheduled to premiere in 2022, and Kraven the Hunter in 2023. There's also a possibility, depending on the conclusion of No Way Home, that I would love to consider. What if Andrew Garfield's potential return wasn't limited to just the MCU? The only thing better than having one consistent Spider-Man on the payroll is to have two. It might be kind of hard to keep Tobey Maguire cashing checks from Sony. He's getting kind of old for that part. Well, he's getting kind of old for the action figure part of the Spider-Man universe. Side note, but he is the perfect age for a mentor for another Spider-Man. Hint, hint, Miles Morales. But Andrew Garfield still has a lot of tread left on those old Spidey tires. There could be plenty of room for him in Sony's Spider-Man universe. While Tom Holland is out in these streets expanding Sony's brand on projects such as Uncharted, that leaves plenty of web-slinging room for Andrew Garfield to make a more permanent return in the Spider-Verse. If his face happens to pop up on the screen during the end credits, then that could absolutely justify the response that Twitter has received about the ending. There's also an audio clip making the rounds that appears to have Venom's voice speaking over a news report about Spider-Man. Gizmodo also posted a spoiler warning saying, according to the rumors, the scene sees Eddie Brock and Venom watching TV. On that TV is none other than Tom Holland as Spider-Man, confirming that Venom exists in the same universe as the Marvel Sony Spider-Man films, and by extension, the Marvel Cinematic Universe. This isn't exactly the most surprising post-credit scene since director Andy Serkis has acknowledged fans' anticipation for a showdown. But if true, this could be the start of some very exciting things. Who's to say? I'm not gonna get too swept up in all of the alleged endings and the alleged leaks because studios have had a knack of posting multiple endings just to see what gets the best response. For all we know, what we've seen is just one version of the ending that they are considering but haven't completely signed off on yet. So anything is still possible. What I do know is that all of the Spidey talk in either the MCU or Sony Spider-Man universe is making my Spidey senses overload with pure anticipation. All right, I'm officially done breaking your brain. That's the scoop for the day. Thank you for hanging out. Make sure you hit the subscribe button and click the bell icon to receive up-to-the-minute updates. There's also that nifty little thumbs up button that you can hit as well. This is SYNTELL with the Intel, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace out.